Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just drag this down. And what I'm really trying to get right now is just the end of that thumb to match up. Okay, so I'm looking at this knuckle right here. You can see how that's matching up pretty well. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of the geometry that's in this. So I'm going to go ahead and select the end and hit grow. And let me hit F3 so I can see the polygons on that. Let me hit grow up to here, and then we'll simply hit delete. And we've got some extra polygons there. Go ahead and take those. Whoops. Actually, I wanted those right there. And let's hit delete. Turn off wireframe. And let's go ahead and take that. And I want to put this right back at the end of the thumb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go hierarchy, affect pivot only, and then just move that down. Try to get it close to the end of the thumb and then turn that off. So now whenever I rotate it, it's going to rotate a little bit easier. So I'm going to rotate that down. This is kind of like the bottom of the thumb where your fingerprint would be. So rotate that down and then bring that back up. Okay. So you can see this is the top of the knuckle. Looks good. Let me go ahead and scale it up. And move it back into position. And you'll see that we need to change the shape of this a little bit. So I'm going to go to edge mode. Let me select or double click on that edge there, hit F3, you can kind of see what that does. And let me pull this out. Oops, let's make sure constraints are turned off. Pull that out, double click on this edge and pull that down. See how that's starting to shape into a thumb there. Double click on this edge. That looks pretty good, but let me go ahead and hold down Alt, deselect these edges on the pad of the thumb. And then I'll pull this up here, push it forward, because that's going to go to the end of the nail. And then take this edge and pull that up in the Y, in the X there. Just kind of position that a little bit better. Vertex mode, you may have to move these points around a little bit. Kind of spread them out. Oops. Make sure that I have the right vertex selected. Move that around. Okay, there we go. So now we've got our thumb started here. You could, if you wanted to, go ahead and use the polydraw on this. So let's go ahead and associate that. Control right click, polydraw extend. Okay, you can start to push these verts around, just trying to get those to shape a little bit better to the thumb. Okay, maybe thicken that up just a little bit. Okay, that's okay. Let's go around the edges of the thumb, kind of bringing those up. Just trying to get this to conform a little bit better. You can see that we'll start to get a really nice shape out of this thumb here. You could also do this to the rest of the fingers, but I think the fingers were actually pretty good to begin with, so really don't need a whole lot for that. And I want to make sure that we're covering up the end of the glove there. Make sure that I get the correct edges, or vertices here as we pull these around. It looks like I may have a couple of extra polygons here. So just making sure that I've got the right ones. Okay. So there's that. Let's go ahead and hold down Control. Let's get rid of these polygons